crafty friends, it's Alexa from Hearts Crafts, and today I am here with you to make with you my customer thank you cards for the month of October. And this is the gorgeous little card that I'm making. Now I do have two, so next week I'll be showing you the other card that I'm going to be making for my customers as well. And I hope you enjoy them both. And yes, so if you shop with me during last month, these will be the cards you'll be receiving, and I hope you enjoy them and like them. So today I'm actually going to be using the Nature's Harvest stamp set and our watercolor pencils. I've got some very vanilla cardstock here, which is half a piece of A4, which I've scored in half, and then I scored in half again. So yes, and I've got a piece of fresh freesia here that measures, hang on, need my cheat sheets. It measures 5 by 3 1/4, and then my shimmery white cardstock measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inches. So yes, I'm working in inches today, except for the card base, which is your standard card base of 14.85 by 10.5, and then, 10.5, 21 centimeters, and then scored at 10.5, and then I scored it at 2 1/8 inch in the middle here. Yeah. Okay, or you can fold it back, either way, it's up to you. And then I also have die cutted out from the bit of very vanilla a sentiment from this set, which these are the dies, and these dies are absolutely gorgeous. They're called Harvest dies. So yeah, like I said, these dies are gorgeous. So lovely dies, and I will be using these ones with my next card that I make for you all. Okay, right, now shall we get stuck into it? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is stamp our image. So I'll just move all this out of the way. Oh, and I used a bit of fresh freesia open weave ribbon, which is beautiful. So I've got my stamps all mounted up, and the inks we are going to be using is cinnamon cider, oops, here it is, just grabbing it. Okay, so, and we're also going to be using fresh freesia ink for the sentiment, so I'll just grab that as well. Okay, and I just stamped the image somewhere in the middle. Beautiful. That is a beautiful image. I love it. And before I put this away, I'm just going to grab this little stamp here and grab my card. Just going to fold it in half so I know where I'm stamping, and I'm just going to stamp my image for the inside there. Oh, I moved. That's okay. That'll be fine. I can deal with that. Might colour it in so it doesn't look so smudged up the top there. Or I could always put it in there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just fold this back, and I'm going to burnish it. I'm going to burnish this side too. And I'm going to pop that to the side for a minute with my fresh freesia mat. And since I am stamping, I'm just going to get the thank you out. Oops. And I might as well stamp that at the same time. Let's hope. Yay! Oh, it's a little bit crooked. Oh, that's okay. I can live with that. It's just a smidge crooked. That's okay. I think the other one's a smidge crooked too, but it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to get my colours out for from my watercolour pencils, and the colours I used was it garden green and granny apple green for the greens. And out of this packet here, I actually used the rich raspberry and the melon mambo. I think I used. Oh, come on. Come on, little one. Out we come. That's it. Right. So, and what I did was I actually just laid a layer down of the pencil. I'm using the light one first, so I'm using Melon Mambo first for this, and I just lightly coloured all the space I wanted to colour, and then I layered it in between. But before I do that, I actually will layer and go over and blend it in with the rich raspberry as well. So I will try and figure out how to speed all this up so you don't have to see all this boring colouring, but I thought I would, I mean, you might find this interesting. I thought I would try and figure out how to speed up the colouring process. If I can't figure it out, I'm sorry, but I will try my best. So, and I'm doing more of a circular motion too while I'm colouring. I think I did mention that. So there's no sort of like harsh lines in it all. So this bit here, I'm just laying it as a darker colour in places, just to give some depth to it all. Where I think it is a bit of shadowing and needs it a little bit darker. So down here I can see this would probably be, so I'm just layering up. And then I'm going to come over again and blend it all in. Which is the nice thing about these water-based pencils. You don't need to press hard to get the colours you wish to achieve. You can achieve it without doing that. So just in between the petals here, where it's layered up a bit, just trying to give it some depth. And that's all there is to it with the petals, which I think are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and I also used early espresso for up here. So, because I wanted these to look like echinacea flowers, because they look like echinacea flowers to me. So, but that's my perception of them. So, and then with the green, once again, I started with the lighter green, and then I highlighted with the darker, and then I went back through and layered it up again. Absolutely love this stamp set. It's so pretty. Every time I work with it, I go, gee, I should use this more often because it's such a pretty stamp set. Whoops. Oh no. Pressing too hard, my pencil's snapping. That's okay, I'll fix it in a wee bit. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with this, with the garden green, and just do some highlighting here. And bring in another bit of a colour. And I'm not being perfect with it all either, so you don't need to be too perfect, I suppose. Just so you get to see some sort of colour and definition with it all, and just blending it again with the lighter green. And if you guys enjoy watching this sort of process, let me know, because there's so many different things you can do with this. I mean, I could grab the Wink of Stella. Actually, I might just do that. I'll grab the Wink of Stella and I'll show you what I mean, because you can blend this, because they are watercolor pencils, and you can actually blend it with the Wink of Stella, and it gives it that nice sparkly shine to it. So, and you just, you know, clean your brush off a bit, and it gives it that little bit more of a watercolor wash look, which is quite nice. One of these other cards that I did, that I'll show you towards the end, that, you know, preview for next week, I actually did watercoloring with the Wink of Stella and our ink pads. So, and that was fun. I hadn't done that in a long time, and I do enjoy that technique. So yeah, it's good fun to do. But you can see how this all blends nicely. And if I wanted to add a bit more color, I can just pick it up from my pencil and add some more color to it. Or if I wanted to, I could also just layer it on there and then bring it in just like that. So there you go. So there's another way of doing or working with your watercolor pencils, and it just gives it a nice sparkle. Generally you can't really see that, but maybe you can. All right, so that's our colouring in. Ooh, I know something I didn't do on the other. Oh no, I don't think I'll do it on this card either. I'll sort those pencils out later. So I'm just going to bring in a bit of my fresh freesia ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow, attempt to tie a bow. because we know what it's like when you're on camera. How often do we get to tie a bow properly? But that's okay. I'm going to give it a go. There we go. Oh, not too bad, except I wanted it to go more on the side. But that's okay. It can be different this time. I quite like that. There we go. And if I wanted to, just to hold it into place, I'll grab a glue dot and pop a glue dot under in here like that. And I'm going to grab my sentiment and my dimensionals. And I'm going to stagger them like this for the simple reason being I want it to catch either side of the ribbon. Just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to stick this down to here with a bit of liquid glue, some Tombow glue. Make sure it's straight. Just going to place a bit of glue on my ribbon. And center that. Now this is not equal on all sides because I didn't want it equal on all sides, but that's okay. So the other thing I'm going to do is line it up on here, and when I'm happy with its alignment, I'm just going to pinch it here and turn it over and grab it here again and run my glue along an imaginary line. So I am not, just to give me a guideline, so I'm not going to glue on this because I don't want that bit glued down. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. And I just grab the diamantes. Okay, and I'm just going to place some diamantes around, make it look pretty, bit of bling, zhuzh it up a bit. Place one there. Whoops. Gee, they're going flying today, aren't they? One there. And one there. There we go. How's that? There's our lovely thank you card. And should probably do an envelope too while we're here. Let's dress up an envelope too, just quickly. Okay, since I have, make sure I've got my envelope the right way around. And I have my little, actually I might do these ones. Flowers out still. And you could colour these in too if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to stamp it like so. And also do one for my other card because I hadn't done an envelope for that yet. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Very, very pretty. Close this up. So there we have it, guys. Our lovely envelopes for our beautiful cards. And I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Please leave a comment. I appreciate that too. I do read all comments and try to answer them. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye for now.
Oh,
Oh, that is good.
so